Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets were weak and they were down anywhere from 0.25 to almost about 0.3%, and this is in fact the 7th consecutive day of weakness for the US markets. And the jobless claim data, the non-farm payroll, came in at about 2,15,000 as against the market expectations of about 2,30,000. So the job loss data has been slightly below market expectations, and that is a bit positive because that means that the rate hike could get a little delayed depending upon how it unfolds over the next couple of weeks. European markets too were weak, anywhere from 0.5 to almost about 0.75%. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Nikkei is flat, Shanghai is up about 1.8%, whereas Hang Seng is down about 1.25%, and SGX Nifty suggesting that we are going to open down about 35 odd points. No major institutional activity as such on Friday. Our markets continue to remain sideways. In fact, for the last 3 to 4 trading sessions, Nifty has been moving in a narrow range of about 40 to 50 points, and we are seeing action in select pockets wherever the operating performance has been great. But overall, our markets have comprehensively outperformed most of the global markets for the past about 6 to 7 trading sessions, but it is not reflected in the flows picture so far. On that note, let me invite our F&O expert to take you through important cues and ideas that we can have from the derivative side.
Good morning friends, we'll give you an analysis on derivatives. In Friday's trading session, we have seen Nifty opening up with a negative bias in line with the negative cues from the international markets, and has seen some kind of selling pressure at higher levels throughout the day. But as suggested in our presentation in Friday's presentation, that Nifty can take some kind of support at around 8575 or levels, which was our VWAP, and had took some kind of support around that level, and eventually closed at 8594.10, just below 8600 mark, with a loss of around 0.24%. Now in the open interest terms, we have seen a minor reduction, that is only 0.12% was sharded in open interest, that is 22,000 shares sharded in open interest. However, cost of carry have increased from 5% to 6.5%. Its premium have came up from around 24 odd points to 27 points currently, while put call ratio have been more or less same at 0.99 levels. We had suggested in a Friday's presentation that put call ratio has resistance at around 1 odd levels, so watch out for that level, and has been showing some kind of resistance at 1 levels. While Indian volatility index have been more or less same, have inched a bit higher, and it's currently at 14.91%. Now from last 2 to 3 trading sessions, we were highlighting the 8600 call option has not been seeing some kind of signs of unwinding. While in Friday's trading session, we have seen some signs of unwinding in 8600 strike price. However, it was quite minimal, of around just 0.39%, but eventually it's a positive sign for our market for going forward, as 8600 call option have already started seeing an unwinding, while 8700 call option have not seen much addition in Friday's trading session. However, 8800 call option, which continues to be the highest call base, has seen an addition of around 7.5%. While in put strike price, 8600 put option continues to add significant amount of build up in open interest. It has seen around addition of around 13 odd percentage in Friday's trading session. However, surprisingly, 8500 strike price has seen some kind of unwinding. We'll read this unwinding as market participants has been shifting their short positions in put option from lower strike price to higher strike price, as we have also seen an unwinding 8600 call option, and seeing an shifting of the position of the put option from lower strike price to higher strike price, a positive sign for our market going forward. So watch out for today's trading session, as continues unwinding in 8600 call option can further trigger an upside for our market going forward. There are 2 securities in ban period for today's trade, that is Amtech Auto and Indiabulls Real Estate. In FIS terms, there was not much of activity in Friday's trading session. In index futures, there were net buyers of only 85 odd crores, while in index options, there were net buyers of 242 crores. While in stock futures, they were net sellers of 502 crores, and stock options, they were net buyers of only 16 crores only. For the market level, 5 days VWAP stands continues to stand at 8575. So in today's trading session also, 8575 would act as a crucial support for our market in today's trade. with the lower range at 8575 and the higher range at 8675, which is our monthly straddle higher break-even point. SX Nifty is trading a bit negative, indicating some kind of negative opening can be expected. It's down by around 20 odd points, in line with the negative cues from the international markets. It's down. It's at currently quoting at 8579.50. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, let me take you through Sharekhan pre-market action, starting with trading ideas first. A long call on MRPL as the company reported good operating performance. The profit came in at about 406 crore versus loss of 36.1 crore. The GRM for the quarter was posted at about $6.62 per barrel as against about $0.66 per barrel. So one can go long on MRPL with the stop loss of 80.30 and a target of about 84 to about 86. Divi's Lab again came out with very good operating performance. The profit came in at about 243 crore versus about 168 crores, so the growth of almost about 44%. And it has also announced a bonus in the ratio of 1:1. So one can go long on Divi's Lab with stop loss of 1932 and a target of about 2030 to about 2069. Thomas Cook, again the promoter is likely to increase the stake, and the price that they are going to buy it at would be about 220 rupees. Apart from that, Thomas Cook is also going to buy Q&E Travel for a total sum of about 535 crore. So one can go along on Thomas Cook with the stop loss of 215.6 and a target of about 226 to 231. In other news and updates, Nalco to set up about $2.6 billion Iran Aluminium Complex. Foxconn may pick up a stake in Mukta Arts, and 2 coal blocks are going to be auctioned on 11th of August 2015. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. And L&T seeks shareholders note for raising about 6,000 crore via debentures and 3,600 crore via security sale. Piramal Enterprise is likely to hive off its critical care business. Lanco Landers to acquire Tista Hydropower through debt equity conversion. And Carnival Group is going to acquire Lila Info Park in Trivandrum for about 142 crore. REC reported good operating performance. Their total income grew at about 21.3%, and the net profit growth was about 15.3%. However, Tata Motors came out with a disappointing set of numbers. The PAT came in at about 2770 crore versus about 5398 crore, and the revenue came in at about 61,000 crore versus about 64,682 crore. The margin came in at about 14.9%, and the JLR EBITDA margin was at about 16.4% versus 20.3%. So expect some quick negative opening for Tata Motors. However, for the long-term investors, if there's a correction of about 5 to 7%, it could provide a good entry point. Other companies that announced numbers, Balkrishna Industries profit came in at about 152 crores, so good set of numbers there. Bartek Babak came in, reported numbers. Q1 consolidated loss was at about 9.9 crore versus a profit of about 9.2 crore. And NCX2 reported a loss of 34.3 crore versus a profit of 23.4 crore. The company which would be announcing numbers today, Finolex Cables, we are looking at a net profit of about 36 crore. Here is a list of stocks for the day traders. Stocks with positive bias are Star, which is Stride Arcolab, ONGC and Hero MotoCorp, and stocks with negative bias are Coal India and Motherson Sumi. Stocks for investment that we like at this point of time are L&T, Aditya Birla Nuvo, Tata Motors, Infosys and Ultratech. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a good trading session. See you tomorrow at the same time.